Hello, hello, David here on Helping You Go Natural, and wanted to talk about my health story today and share that with you. We all have a story, don't we? And health is a very personal thing, and to a large extent, we don't always feel comfortable talking about health issues with others, especially in especially when it comes to talking about health with strangers. But hopefully hopefully this will be something you can resonate with, and if not, we would certainly like to hear what your health story is. So let me just go back to the beginning. I grew up with childhood asthma, and as an adult, I look back and I think about why that happened. My mom, before she passed away, had one idea. I had another idea. We were in disagreement. I tend to think it had more to do with my childhood vaccines and how I reacted to those. She disagreed. So that was that. But anyhow, by the time I was 16, no longer had those issues. Relatively healthy other than that, other than the fact that I tended to get colds quite often, and just thought that was the way, just the way it was. You just got a cold, every few months, if not like maybe every 6 months, twice a year, and that's just the way it is. Let me fast forward to today. I actually very, very rarely come down with the cold anymore. And we can talk about that some more. But so anyways, as an adult, I relatively healthy other than the occasional cold. I was a high school English teacher, so I was around a lot of children, and so I was susceptible to getting a lot of those germs and would get sick. And it wasn't until though I reached the age of 40 where I really started to see a difference in my vitality. I was playing in an adult softball league, and I remember distinctly even swinging the bat in my early 40s was very, very exhausting. And if I had to run from home to second base, I remember just being exhausted by just that effort. And so it was back in early 2008, so this was 10 years ago. I'm 55 now, but so when I was 45, it got so bad that I remember I was coming home from the office, and I was actually plopping down on the couch because I was just had no energy. And this happened for about a month. And finally, my wife said, you got to go get your blood drawn and see what's going on, which I did. Went to our naturopathic doctor, and everything was fine except she said my bad cholesterol was a little bit high. It was like 220, and the first thing she had mentioned was some omegas that she had, and I said, well, no, thank you, because I knew my wife had started to order some supplements from a particular company, and I came home and said, hey, honey, this is what the doctor said. I need to get on some omegas. And my wife gave me not only the omegas from this particular company, but the full spectrum of vitamins that this company produces. And so I said, okay, fine. And I started taking those supplements, and 3 days later, it literally was 3 days. I didn't do anything different but take these supplements plus extra omegas, and 3 days later, I felt completely normal. And it was so shocking that that's all I needed, that I just had some sort of deficiency where it caused me to have total almost like fibromyalgia kind of symptoms. But then actually to get over that within 3 days, it was so startling that I've not gone a day in 10 years not taking these supplements. And so it's been a life-changing experience to actually to have the vitality that I have. I mean, there's the great desire on my part, not to want to be as productive and to feel as good as I possibly can, even into my senior years. And so I'm kind of I have the mindset that I don't actually think that I need to become sick and dependent on the healthcare system. I do believe there is another way, and it doesn't have to be the way of sickness and lacking vitality and lacking productivity, that I actually can be vibrant, productive, and enjoy life well into my latter years. And so that's the biggest motivation that I have as far as staying healthy, being healthy, to exercise and run around with my children. I still have 3 young children, and just be in a position of helping others, to be able to serve others and not become debilitated by old age, because I decided maybe to be reactive with my health instead of proactive. So I guess if there's anything that we try to promote on Helping You Go Natural, is this idea that our bodies do have the ability to heal themselves if we give our bodies what our bodies need. So anyhow, I just wanted to share a little bit about my story. It's not a tragic story by any stretch of the imagination. I've been generally healthy my whole life, but as I started to get older, I started to realize I couldn't just, like when we were 20-something, eat whatever we wanted to eat and move on with our day, that I actually had to make some adjustments. And one of those adjustments, which turned out to be a life-changing adjustment, was taking daily supplements, and not just daily supplements over the counter, but daily supplements from a specific company that are masters at creating wonderful supplements that actually do what they're supposed to do. So if you want any more information about what Ivelisse and myself are doing, please reach out to us, comment below. We'd love to hear from you. This is David with Helping You Go Natural. I hope you have a great day. Bye.